Hello.
Hi.
I don't think we have anybody on here yet.
No. Oh, yeah, I guess that's how it works. Oh, there's someone.
Okay.
Welcome
Hi.
to our live.
We have our first few folks. Well, hi to everybody who's joining. I'm Aly.
And I'm Nikki.
We are sisters, if you can't tell already. And we are so excited that you're joining in for this is our first live wine hour?
Yeah.
Wine Wednesday. It's our first Wine Wednesday.
Yeah.
So thank you all for joining.
Yes, we are very excited to be hosting a little Wine Wednesday. We want to just acknowledge that there's a lot of difficult times and it's a challenging landscape that we're kind of heading through, but it's nice to be able to make time to relax, enjoy some great wine, have a fun conversation, spend some quality time with family, whatever you can do to just kind of give yourself a little bit of a break.
Totally. And we definitely do want to, say thank you to all of the medical, emergency responders, government employees, production folks, service, retail, everyone who's been keeping the lights on around us. I think collectively everyone would say thank you so much for, being out there and helping us get through it.
Yeah. And we truly, truly appreciate everyone so much, and that's obviously not an all-encompassing list. There's so many people that are working so hard right now, and we just want to acknowledge that. We're so appreciative of everyone that's been just putting in a lot of time to make sure that everyone can keep the lights on in every sense of the word.
Yeah, and it's so fun to see all of you joining. This is totally my first time ever doing this, so it's fun to see all of your names popping in here. And just amazing that we have the ability to connect with you all right now. I think with a lot of the kind of shelter in place and restrictions that are happening nationwide right now, it's great to be able to connect with people through social media and still, find ways to chat with people while staying safe and healthy.
Yeah, and it's like I was talking to Aly earlier, like 10 years ago, we would not have had this opportunity to be meeting all of you guys on social and being able to have this opportunity to have a glass of wine with you guys and enjoy the evening and have some fun conversations. So we are super, super thankful for that. And again, we are sisters and neighbors. So while we are trying to keep a social distance, it's a small screen, so we have to get kind of close here.
Yeah.
But we also live literally next door to each other.
Quite literally.
She bought a house in this neighborhood, and then I loved the house and the neighborhood, so I just got one right next door.
Yeah.
She can't leave me. So we're basically one household, and that's why we're sitting so close. But we do really, truly respect the social distancing. We've both been working from home. I've been in the vineyards by myself sometimes, but not as much in the office. I haven't been in the office at all. So keeping that social distance and being able to connect with family is great, but maintaining that social distance from coworkers to make sure everyone's safe.
I love some of the comments that are already coming in. Ladies, where is the wine? We have the wine. We were waiting to pull it out.
I know.
I don't know why. I guess we could do it now.
Cheers! Virtual cheers.
Thank you for joining us. Simply Dad, love that you're having Wetmore Cab right now. We'll tell you what we're having in a moment.
Yes.
But we'll save that, actually.
Yeah, we'll save it.
We'll save it for you. So you can try to guess what we're each drinking.
Yeah.
Nikki's is a little more obvious.
Dang it.
But really we thought, while we are going through these times, it's just important to recognize what we can be doing for our local communities right now.
Yeah.
Because, they're kind of the heart and soul of where we live, no matter where you live. And
in the Tri-Valley specifically, or Livermore, there's a lot of restaurants that are offering online menus to go. So if you just check out their Instagram pages, it'll give you a lot of information about their operating hours, what they have on the menu that day. There's different resources like Visit Tri-Valley and Save Our Faves that are giving you tons of different to-go restaurants in the area for Livermore, and I'm sure across the nation there's really similar stuff going on. So just kind of check it out. test the waters, see what you can do, but it's nice to get a meal made for you every once in a while and not have to cook every night. So good to know that there are people that are doing some to-go orders and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think also with how crazy the grocery stores have been, it's nice to support a local business and then, not have to brave it in the grocery store. I love seeing some of the wine guesses that are coming here. It's amazing. We'll tell you soon.
I love Nikki's too. I see that coming.
So what we did today actually was support a local catering company. And this is just to provide some inspiration for you on what you could be doing in your backyard. So this local catering company called The Charming Fig is delivering these charcuterie boxes that are already prepackaged and ready to go. I thought this would be really fun for our little wine Wednesday wine night, because this is something to pair with each of our wines in here. And it's already ready to go, and you could order it online. It was a no-touch delivery, so they left it on the front porch. You can literally just open it up and you put it on a platter and it is ready. So that's amazing. So this is from The Charming Fig. She's a local caterer in Livermore.
Yes.
And, other businesses are getting savvy too. My favorite coffee shop in Livermore, Story Coffee, they are taking orders online and actually delivering your coffee to your car. So you don't even have to get out of your car, which I so appreciate because I need like 5 cups of coffee a day.
Yeah.
And their coffee is so strong, it does the perfect trick.
Yeah. And if you are in Livermore and are not a coffee fan, they have this amazing tea, because I don't drink coffee personally. I'm a natural early riser. I know I'm the worst. But they have this amazing tea called a honey tea latte, and it's so good. You have to try it. But there's so many different ways to support businesses around. If it's not a food, we talk about food first because we love food. We are food and wine people here, and coffee, of course. But there's also other ways to support businesses in your area. Gift cards, online gift cards are a great way. I know hair salons are doing it, beauty salons, lots of different places are offering, nail salons, lots of different places are offering online gift cards so that while they have to be closed, they can still stay in business and keep the lights on, quite frankly. So it's good to support businesses that way, but then there's other ways to support your local area.
Yeah,
as well.
I think it's not, obviously you can reach out for local food banks and find other ways to help, but you also, you can reach out to your community, people how can you help them, though you might not be able to, show up in their home. I think what sometimes we forget about is we just could use a hug sometimes, and even if it has to be virtual and you can't touch each other, but just the act of reaching out is so important and really goes a long way.
Yeah.
So,
lots of parents at home with kids right now. Maybe they need a little break. Maybe you could offer some education for the children online, or do some sort of Skype thing that helps to keep the kids busy for a little while. And there's a lot of teachers that are doing virtual learning that might need a little bit of a pick-me-up too. Maybe just a phone call, maybe anything. So lots of different ways, but we just hope that you guys are supporting people, because making time for people and connections is super important and also makes you just feel better, just generally. So
it is, and it's kind of like why we like to do what we do in general. You know, despite what's happening in the world or not, like that we believe that wine brings people together, and the active connection is so important. And I'd also just like to take a moment to share my you
put
should
this
pick it
down.
up. Put it down
so you guys can see how beautiful is this.
Yeah. Like, I look like a professional charcuterie board maker, and I'm not.
And she's
I'm
not.
not at all. So,
oh man. She actually is. I hate to say it.
No.
She's pretty good. But so we will now move on to wine.
So we definitely saw some ideas coming in here. Does anyone want to guess what Nikki is drinking?
I make it pretty obvious, but if you don't support yourself, who are you supporting? So I am drinking Nikki's Rosé. This is the 2019, so this is the new vintage that we released in February. So it was very fun to make. Pinot Noir is my very favorite varietal. Chardonnay is a close second, if not tie sometimes, but Pinot Noir is really just so near and dear to my heart. So it's always fun to be able to make a wine when I don't think we mentioned what we actually do. My job is the vineyard. I'm a viticulture manager. So I manage the vineyards with a really, really great supportive team. And I make a little wine on the side because my family has given me the opportunity to kind of expand my horizons, which is amazing. And little do they know, now I have all these schemes of what's my next wine to make.
She does.
So they have to hold me back a little bit. But and Aly,
I manage the marketing. I'm sorry, I was just like on every edge of the words you were saying. I manage marketing for Wente. So I'm the one who is constantly making Nikki get behind the camera and talk about what she does because she's out there in the vineyards, and I think it's so cool.
Yeah, it is fun. Farming is fun.
Yeah, so Nikki's drinking the Nikki's Rosé, and anyone want to guess what I'm drinking? Let's see. Cheers to you guys. I see some comments coming in. Amazing wine. Hello. Hi, Roger. Let's see. Riva. Shem, you know me all too well. This is Riva.
Jess says Riva too. Yeah.
I'm a
Riva diva.
Riva diva.
She is. And I am too, you know.
You are. I think we all are.
Yeah.
Our mom is. We'll tell you that.
Our dad is.
Our dad is Riva diva. Yeah. We are a Riva diva family, and we are proud of it.
Yeah.
This wine also comes from Arroyo Seco, same as Nikki's Rosé.
I know. I didn't think about that.
We're having an Arroyo Seco night, apparently.
Yeah. Next week will be Livermore.
Yeah. But this is definitely, if you haven't had Riva, it's a crowd favorite. It's my personal favorite. Always have a cold bottle in my fridge. And it is more of like a rich, classic California style Chardonnay, some amazing tropical fruit notes and creaminess. Definitely has some oak, so it's more of the, lush style of Chardonnay. We both start to shimmy when we say that. So it's delicious and my absolute favorite. Can you describe some qualities that are unique about the two wines you're choosing?
Yes. Okay, so I'll start. So for Riva, for me, Riva is like a warm hug. It's so comforting. It's got a really soft, beautiful, big mouthfeel, a long finish, so you're going to be tasting that for a while. It has great tropical notes, as Aly said.
So flavorful.
Yeah, very fruit forward for having so much oak. There's a lot of oak in there, not crazy amounts. Like, I think it's still a really well balanced wine, but it's a big wine. It's a big Chardonnay, and that fruit stands up to the oak, and that's because Arroyo Seco, where this wine was grown in Monterey County, it is a really long growing season for Chardonnay. So having that extended growing season on Chardonnay just helps to have that fruit come through and produce really beautiful flavors and have some oak influence. And then my wine here, my Nikki's Rosé, is 100% Pinot Noir. It's very light, crisp acidity, beautiful fresh fruit, but also has some floral notes. And this is what I would drink when I want to have some fun. So Riva's my warm hug after a long day. And this one is when I'm having,
tight.
Yeah, holds on nice and tight. And this is my fun wine when I'm just feeling a little bit flirty, and gonna take it to a Sunday
all
picnic
day.
And
that's right. Yeah. Puff and stuff all day. Rosé all day. I love it.
Rosé all day.
Someone said, someone thinks Nate is here, but actually it's not Nate. We have a special surprise guest who could probably tell you a little bit about the wine himself.
Yeah.
If he wants to come over here.
Come on in.
We heard someone walk in the house. Again, all family. So, look at that.
Cousin Carl.
Carl Wente is in the house, everybody. Who knew? What a great surprise.
How y'all doing?
Yeah. So we are just talking about all of the wines that we're drinking, and we started out talking a little bit about making sure we're keeping a nice social distance here.
Yeah, we're not touching each other still.
And I was going to say next, some of like the things that I've been doing since I've been at home more often.
Yeah.
And I have been baking. So
Nikki's making time to bake.
Making time to bake. So I made a cake. I made cobblers. I made molten lava cakes. I made a chocolate cream pie. I have been going a little nuts.
And the problem is that she keeps bringing them to my house.
Yeah.
Yes, baby hands Maloney. Carl is drinking Riva too. Carl, would you consider yourself a Riva diva?
Yes.
Yes.
100% Riva Diva.
You would. We are all. Oh, look at that. My mom is on here. She says, hi, Carl.
Hi, Julie.
There you go. It's so funny. Yes, Nikki does love cake. Anyone who knows Nikki knows that she loves cake and she loves to bake. She's an incredible baker.
Thanks. I can't cook, but I can bake.
Yeah.
My other hobby that I've been picking up on is eating my husband's cooking because he's been trying new recipes and I am a great taste tester.
Carl is drinking Riva. Sorry, I'm just answering questions on the side here too. Can we get a recipe for those cobblers?
Absolutely. It's actually the easiest recipe that I have ever made. It's from a cookbook called Dessert for Two. And basically, you just get a pack of frozen mixed berries, a 12-ounce pack, and then you keep it frozen. And you put it into 4 ramekins when you're ready. And then you put a mixture of 3 tablespoons of butter, a 1/3 cup of oats, and a 1/3 cup of brown sugar, and 2 tablespoons of flour. And you mix it all together. And then put that on top of the cobblers with some lemon juice on all of the different berries. I think I might have mixed up. The lemon juice goes on the berries first.
I love that Nikki remembered all of the measurements exactly to share with all of you.
Yeah, well, because I just made it.
Yeah, we can share her cobbler recipes. Well, I guess they're not.
Oh yeah, I can
recipes
just.
out
I didn't make it up. I'll take a picture of it and put it on the stories. But it's delicious. It was so good. Yeah. And you just put a scoop of vanilla ice cream on there. And it tastes great with red wine, white wine. Riva Chardonnay is actually delicious with it.
I've also been baking a little bit. We're trying to perfect the perfect almond cake. We have not perfected it, so I wouldn't recommend sharing out my recipes at this time.
It was delicious.
But I'm going to try again.
It was delicious. It was delicious.
Where's the wine? It's right here. Sorry, we're drinking it. It's here. See, it's here and here.
We have our own bottles, personal bottles.
I know. So
just, don't worry, Carl had some of Ally's. We'll get someone else to help you.
Oh, yes, a baking with Nikki. That would be fun.
Oh yeah, baking with
Nikki. Fun series to do. Log Nicole, thanks so much for that great idea.
Yeah, I wish I took a picture of the cake I made for St. Patrick's Day because it was pretty, and I did not take a good photo.
2015 duetto. That sounds great. Sounds delicious. And then another thing I've been making time for now that we've been home a little bit longer is so when I moved to the city a long time ago, Carl actually showed up to my apartment in San Francisco with a guitar out of nowhere. He called me. I was in my apartment. He called me, said, "Where are you?" I was like, "I'm home." Comes to my door in San Francisco, said, "I have something for you." It was a new guitar. So I started taking guitar lessons back then. I then stopped once I got a little bit busy. And now that I am home, I am trying to pick it back up. So Carl, you might have to come give me some lessons. I need you to be my teacher. Yeah. My fingers are sore from holding the strings down, but I'm trying. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's like a painful music experience, but I'm trying. Yeah. You made your own wine and cheese plate. That is awesome. Ooh, I love the artist series. Serenity is so good.
Yeah.
Hi, Kathleen. Thanks for joining.
Hi, Kath.
Baking tonight. What are you baking? And Andrea? That's what she says.
Ooh, hubby's birthday. Tell him happy birthday for us.
Mm-hmm.
And also let us know if you guys have picked up any fun things to do when you're working from home or just
being at home.
Yeah. Because there's a lot of times in the house that you probably weren't used to.
Yeah.
So you got to keep it interesting. Got to switch it up.
Yeah.
Reading a lot.
Totally. One thing Nathan is my husband, one thing we're trying to do is challenge ourselves to things that we want to do, like learning how to replay guitar again, read a whole new book, try a new recipe, and kind of we think we're going to try to create some sort of game where we get positive points for that and then negative points for watching TV. But we'll see.
That's a good
still
one.
a lot of time at home, but we're trying to get creative with how to motivate kind of like different behavior.
Yeah, raise your hand if you've watched too much Netflix in the last 2 weeks. Too much. But still good. And I was in the vineyards pretty much all day today, which was really nice break. Took the dog out. We actually have no one working in the vineyards right now because of the weather. It's been raining here a lot, so the ground is really wet. We don't want to compact the soil, so everyone's just staying home. Lots of families at home too because kids are out of school, so good to just give people a little bit of a break as well. But I was in the vineyards just looking at how our bud break is going, and it was just very peaceful and nice to be by yourself in the middle of a bunch of beautiful vines with the dog. So that, it's not a hobby. Everyone asks me what my hobbies are, and I feel like I love my work so much and wine so much that like, it's my life.
That's the ultimate goal, they say, right? You find work that feels like a hobby and a passion. Luckily, we found that.
We have that.
It's in our glass.
Cheers.
Right
Air cheers.
Air cheers. We're not even touching glasses.
Get out of here. You wanted to show what Amy, right?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, hold on. This is what happens when you do this for your first time. Okay, so our president, Amy Hoops, who I know is on because I've seen her comment a few times, posted this on LinkedIn, and I thought it was pretty inspiring. Yeah, it's kind of like fun and inspiring. And so they were just daily questions to ask yourself, kind of while we're in these shifting times. So some of the questions are 6 questions. So ask yourself, what are you grateful for today?
Who am I checking in on or connecting with today?
What expectations of normal am I willing to let go of today?
How am I going to get outside today?
How am I moving my body today?
And what beauty am I either creating, cultivating, or inviting today?
Yes.
So it's very inspiring, just something to kind of, if you're feeling like you're in a little bit of a funk when you wake up in the morning, good to just reflect and think of what you're grateful for, who you can connect with, what you can do to kind of just shake things up, make it a little bit different. Take the dog on a walk.
Yeah.
Everyone has dogs, right? Just kidding. I know everyone doesn't have dogs, but you should.
You should. Watch out. We'll have you get. I told Nikki today, this would be a great time to get a new dog because we're home so much that you could really raise a puppy right now.
So let me know. Adoption shelters, are you guys open? Because I am in business for a dog. Don't tell my husband.
I'm going to force her to do this. I think he's on here. Sorry, Nick. So I love some of the things you guys are making time for. Lost in Space on Netflix pairs perfectly with Riva Pino. Ooh, I like that.
Ooh, I love Lost in Space. That's like, I'm like, can they come out with season 3? I love that show. It's so
really
fun.
Does.
I
Okay.
really do.
I'm gonna have to watch that.
Every episode is like a new trauma. Not like trauma. Bad word. Sorry.
Natalie likes snuggling with her baby when she's not drinking Wente wine. Q&A with Phil for Wine Wednesday would be so fun. We agree.
Yes.
We agree. We'll see if we
Phil
can get him
Instagram.
to do that. He's not a big Instagrammer. Who's the better dancer between you two? This girl.
Aly has
No moves.
her arms are also pretty long. I'm just kidding. Oh, sorry, I touched her.
No. Okay. I'm thinking this should be a weekly series. Thank you, NC O'Neill.
I think that's your husband.
Yeah, it is. Dog people for life. Oh, Gail. Gail is grateful for Luke. She is a new grandmother. Congratulations, Gail. He is perfect.
All of the babies are perfect.
So happy. Sorry. So happy to work for a family like yours. Oh, that's so sweet. We are grateful for you.
We are.
Okay, so I think now we can move on to just opening it up. What else are you guys making time for? Do you have any questions we can answer?
Favorite New England state?
What's it? What is yours?
Oh, that's a good question. Probably New Hampshire.
There you go. There it is. I honestly don't think I've been to New England.
I know, it's the best. You gotta go.
Yeah, I've heard incredible things about Boston.
Boston's great too. But that is in...
Christy D says, sweet. You have sweet daughters. Tell her we'll send her a charcuterie board.
And in 7 years, she can come start working with me in the vineyards.
Okay, what do you guys make time for? Share with us.
Yeah.
While we have a sip of our wine, maybe a nut.
Wait, who said Phil with the
Phil?
Rosebud.
Hi, Rose.
Yes, we agree. Phil.
That sounds like a beautiful place.
New Hampshire is gorgeous. Connecticut is beautiful as well. Gosh, everything in New England is gorgeous. Beautiful cities, beautiful, old. You don't see that in California. We don't have old here. I get old as a negative connotation.
Historic.
Better.
Historic is better, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. J.A. Wente, you're making time to read a good book. What book are you reading?
Yeah. Give us some recommendations.
How is the 2020 vintage looking so far, Nikki?
2020 vintage is off to a good start. We had bud break.
Baby.
Yeah, it's a baby. We just had bud break. So what that means is that the green growth is coming out of the previously dormant wood of the vines. So they're dormant over winter and then start to have green growth in the spring. So we are right around time for the growth to just start coming out rapidly, but then all of a sudden it got kind of cold and rainy, so then the growth slowed down a little bit. But I'm expecting it to be an earlier year this year, which is exciting because last year we were harvesting until November 12th, which gets kind of dicey. You don't really want rain during harvest time. So this year is looking very good, actually. I'm very excited, and every year is another great year.
Yeah. I love this. It's, I don't know how to say your name.
What?
Misery Kamak.
I think Miss
Eric.
Miss Eric.
Miss Eric.
Miss Erica. We're bad at this.
Wow. I love that you are waking up early for you time before the rest of your family gets up, because with working from home and kids are home, that is so important to find time for you. So that's really inspiring.
Yeah.
Neither of us have children, so we
have dogs.
Yeah, we do have dogs, and they
not
do take
human
up,
children.
Yeah, they take some time, but not the same. Hoopster is making time for board games and reading. I love that. Can you share the hummus recipe from the vineyard table soon? We can, actually. And I recently tried, well, actually, I want to make sure I'm talking about the right one. But I loved the butternut squash hummus at the vineyard table, or at the tasting lounge. So I took the recipe and made it more of like a not restaurant size and made a couple tweaks, and I can totally share that out. It's actually going to be in a cookbook that Carolyn and I have been working on together. So happy to share that. Yes, we're making Nikki's rosé again. Nikki has
until they kick me out.
Nikki has the new vintage in her glass, the 2019. So yes, it's just released too. It's available on our website. Actually, all of our wines right now are, I believe, 25% off and free shipping for everyone, just to kind of like help everyone with getting wine when the grocery stores are crazy.
Yeah. Important.
Julie, the book you're reading is In a Field of Blue. Ooh, sounds interesting. Logan, is the best way to order wine right now through online portal? Yes, I would go to our website if you would like to order wine. We're doing free shipping, like I just said, so it makes it super convenient and easy for you. Yeah, getting outside to walk. I love it.
Yes.
Making time for virtual game nights with friends.
Oh, that's so fun. I love that.
I love that too. Charades, Pictionary, Yahtzee. Ooh, fun one.
Oh,
That's a great
Yahtzee. I haven't played Yahtzee in years.
I haven't played it. Carl is nodding in approval. He loves that
He
idea.
must have Yahtzee.
What's your favorite board game? Uncle Tony. I think we have the same one.
Clue.
Clue?
Yeah,
That's your
absolutely.
That is hilarious.
It was me with the wine bottle. Just kidding.
In the kitchen.
Oh my gosh. I really love Monopoly, actually. If we're talking board game, but my recent most favorite game is Codenames.
Oh, Codenames is super fun.
So fun.
Yeah.
Really fun with a group. Highly recommend.
And I also apologize. I keep realizing I'm like touching my hair, touching my face. I know you're not supposed to do that.
Someone tried waking up before the kids, but that didn't work.
That sounds like our sister Jordan. She tries to wake up before the kids, but the kids wake up at 4.
As soon as they hear you, they're awake.
Yeah.
Making time for self-improvements and healthy living. I love that. I really need to be more motivated to do that right now. NC O'Neill. The hummus is my favorite from the Vineyard Table. Mine too. Oh, Natalie loves it. Oh, I think I'm just moving really slow.
What's
I'm
Rosebud?
moving really
Rosebud
slow.
had a question you missed.
Rosebud. When is the cookbook coming out? I think it's coming out in the fall, so more to come on that. It's not our cookbook only. We're being featured in a cookbook called Gather, and it's a bunch of different wineries that have gardens. So that's kind of the focus on it. Will there be an Aly varietal? Hi, Rebecca. I don't know. I think there should be. Yeah. Carl said yes.
Why
so
not?
I'm going to take it as a yes. Hi, Carlio. Carlio, I'd just like everyone to know, is my godmother. So hi, thank you for dialing in. You didn't have to dial in. Hi, Susie.
Again, this is our first time doing a live Instagram, but we've done plenty of meetings online.
Yeah.
So dialing in makes sense in that sense.
Katie Keller, you are playing Monopoly right now. Amazing. I love that. I want to play actually right now.
Share old Livermore stories. Well, I can always share. I can share a good one about my dad. One time when he was 7 years old, he walked from his dad's house over to his grandparents' house and decided it would be a good idea to hook up the horse to a buggy that he had in the barn. And decided to just jump on there and ride the buggy around with the horse, who has never been attached to a buggy before. And needless to say, he was thrown off of the buggy and had to get a lot of alcohol on the cuts on his arms. But it just makes me laugh every time I hear the story when my dad tells it, because he just like walks into his grandparents' house with like a cut up arm from getting thrown off a horse and buggy, and the grandma just calls over to his dad and says, "You need to come get this kid." And I'm like, nowadays, I don't think I could have ever got away with that. They're honest like a hawk.
Yeah.
But
well, I don't know. It's kind of funny because I did something not similar, but sort of similar. I, watched a lot of movies as a child and wanted to have just a really picturesque moment with the horses. So I took a basket, like a little wicker basket, and I filled it with oats. And I walked into the field thinking I was so special and cute. And I got attacked by the horses, and they all were coming at my basket. I was in the center of it. I had to throw my basket in there, and I actually jumped in their eating bin so that I could be safe, which is pretty funny. Things that you just don't know until you try, and it's not a good idea.
I guess that's not super Livermore-esque.
I think Aly's wine should be a champagne. I agree.
I
love
also agree.
Champagne. Ooh, love that.
I love that for you.
Hi, Michelle Perry from Napa. Callie Cruisin, what are each of your favorite wines? Well, I do actually really love champagne. Cannot lie. But I also love Chardonnay. Champagne, Chardonnay, Pinot Noir, probably my favorite wines.
I have a hard time picking. I did say that Pinot is my favorite varietal, but that's because I also love to grow it. So I have this whole different sense of favorite things because I'm farming it too, and I just think that the nature of all of the variations of different Pinot Noir clones is just so beautiful. But Chardonnay, the Riva Ranch is my favorite. The Nikki's Rosé is my favorite. The Riva Ranch Pinot Noir is my favorite.
She's
And
listing like wine.
Marriott as well, Merlot. Stuff is
It's a good one. It's a really good one. So fun. Hi from Ohio. Thanks for coming out often.
Chris Judice's favorite is
Love
sparkling.
Roller skating at Louis Mel Marietta Wells story.
Oh yeah, my dad and Eric and Carolyn used to roller skate around in the Marriott as well. Now, what is now the tasting room, and back then it was a winery that had gone out of commission, and we purchased the land in 1942. I look at Carl, I'm like, help. Dates, not my favorite. But 1942, around there, we purchased the land, but the winery was pretty abandoned, run down, and it just was like an empty space for them to go escape and play as children and roller skating around. There's Carl. Anything to add on this story, Carl? Do you know better than I do? Any fun stories from you from Livermore? Historic Livermore.
Historic Livermore. I just remember growing up and getting on horses on the weekends and going out on the ranch, going right by you guys' house.
Yeah.
I do too, and we always weirdly had a tuna sandwich every time we came back.
Yeah.
It was
Interesting.
we always did it. I've always had tuna sandwiches after
Ghost
horseback
riding,
riding.
that's what it reminds you of.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's what I think of now.
If you're still watching, Mom, we know now that you love tuna.
For Nikki and Carl, what is the most difficult task during harvest season?
I think that the most difficult task for me is that Mother Nature doesn't always do exactly what you're thinking. So you're hoping for something to be ripe at a specific time, and it hardly ever happens exactly when you want it. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, but then trying to coordinate that and make sure that everyone's happy with the end-to-end quality, because my job at the end of the day is just to make sure that Carl and his team in the wine side are extremely pleased with whatever I'm handing them, and so I want to make sure I'm giving them the optimal ripeness, and making that coordinate with a date is really hard, especially like I was saying, last year we were finished with harvest November 12th. The year before that it was November 16th, and the year before that it was October 20th. So it's like the dates change a lot, and it doesn't always coincide with your hopes and dreams, but just trying to make sure that we get the quality is the most important part, and I just wish that I could make it happen on time. But
So that was the vineyard side. Okay, he's back. We're back.
The biggest challenge of harvest, I think Nikki said it well, it's just living in the unknown, right? Everybody at the end of harvest, so many people are like, wow, that was a really interesting harvest. And it happens every single year. And I have now 20 of these, I don't feel that old, but 20 vintages at the end, people will say, God, that was very interesting. And so I spend a lot of time during harvest with the serenity prayer of knowing what you can control and what you can't control, the wisdom to know the difference, and then you just ought to go with it. And Mother Nature plays a large role in this, but one of my first mentors in farming, besides their father, Uncle Phil, was Ken Kupperman, and he said, you never blame the weather. Right, so now Mother Nature bats last, but never use weather as an excuse. You always are working with it however it comes. So it's always a fun time, and by the end, there's always a lot of sleep-deprived people that are looking forward to Thanksgiving.
oh yeah, well, and that's when Mother Nature kind of is like, please help us, because if we harvest too close to Thanksgiving, then people have to work on Thanksgiving, because you have to take care of the wine, and we want to make sure people can get vacation. We want them to have their days off. We care about people.
Yeah. And the hardest part for me, it's really not hard on the marketing side. It's actually...
Ally's like, harvest what?
Yeah, no, the hardest part, I think, is just trying to be there for all of the moments. I know Shem, our digital manager, can attest to this, but like, harvest has something magical about it. You open the car doors when you're on property and you can like smell the wine being made. There's a buzz going on, that the winery is full, people are out and about, the grapes and the vines look beautiful, so you just want to like be able to capture it all and bottle it up. So I always just try to figure out like, okay, how can we get the best of the best, like what's happening, and just trying to like be a bee in their bonnet and get I probably kind of annoy them a little bit, but
Right.
got to do what I got to do.
Well, and it's also
Just like how they do.
Yeah, well, and people want to be informed about what's going on in their backyards when we're harvesting grapes and whatnot, and that's marketing's job to kind of disseminate that information. And it's not on the front of my mind, so it's good to have her kind of be like, "Hey, what's up next? What are you guys up to? Tell me, give me the details," because then at least I can share out some information and make it a positive thing that everyone feels like they're a part of, because that's what we want, community.
Yeah. Oh, Roger, we're missing you too. We're still family. Harvest is an experience and an emotion.
Yes.
Not just a time of year. That's like sort of poetic, Callie Cruzen. I love that, but it is very true.
Very true.
Emotions run high during harvest.
It's mostly because there's no sleep. Just kidding.
There's no sleep, but it's fun.
It's fun. It's my favorite time of year because it's moving so quick. It's just you don't get a lot of sleep. And I already mentioned that Nick already cooks everything. My husband cooks for us, so he does it double time on harvest because I can't help. I'm laying on the couch dead.
Yeah. Are there any upcoming releases you're excited about? Ooh. I'm excited for Eric's Chardonnay that comes out in May. I'm just such a Chardonnay fan. It's so fun to have all these different styles.
And we just released the Nth Degree Merlot, which is also delicious. I'm a big Merlot proponent these days. Sideways happened a long time ago. Let's move through this together. But the Nth Degree Merlot is delicious, and that was just released.
Ooh. What's your favorite music you listen to when drinking wine?
Ooh.
I kind of like to listen to like calm, more acoustic style music.
Yeah.
Like
Wolf Hamlin and the Front Porch Drifters.
Yes, love that. Just something that's like calming, relaxing, but has a good energy about it at the same time. Try to find that.
Yeah. Nate O'Neill on Spotify. Great playlist.
Yeah, my husband is a professional Spotify playlist maker, so I just listen to his playlist. Favorite artist you've seen at a Wente concert?
Alanis Morissette. Do I say that right? Alanis?
Yeah, I think that was good.
She was so good. She was really good.
Yeah, I'm trying to think who my favorite was. I did. You know what?
Oh.
What?
The birthday.
Yeah, your birthday.
Yeah.
Matt Nathanson.
He killed it.
He's not only a musician, he's a
funny.
comedian.
Yeah.
It was so funny. He was so engaging. It was super fun. And then this was the Make Time concert this year. It was during the day. It was actually on Nikki's birthday, so we went as a family. And it was just like so fun to be out there during the day. And there was food trucks, and it was really lively. And the crowd was on their feet and kind of like more casual setting. And I just thought that was such a blast.
Yeah. Counting Crows, Jessica says. Third
Chris
Eye
Isaac. He's
Blind.
a classic. Yep.
Chris Isaac.
Oh, Third Eye Blind was good.
They were
there
a
for that
good one,
They were
yeah.
good. Yeah.
My favorite was Los Lonely Boys.
Los Lonely Boys for Carl. That was a good one too. I don't know if I...
Who's the best golfer
hear that.
besides Phil?
Besides Phil? Probably Carolyn? Grandma Jean.
You know what? Julie's pretty good. Julie, my mom, Julie, is a fabulous golfer. I call her Old Faithful. She hits the ball straight and perfect every time. I'm like, how'd you do that? It might not always go the farthest, but she is the most consistent.
Yeah.
And it doesn't go far because she's really small.
She's like 5'1".
Yeah.
We don't know how we happened. 5'6", 5'8".
Oh my gosh. Carolyn, yeah, Carolyn's a great golfer too.
Carolyn is a great golfer. Grandma Jean, though, probably takes the cake in her heyday.
Great golfer.
She is a great golfer.
Mm-hmm. Well, Los Lonely Boys is Petey's dad's cousin. Oh, look at this.
It's all in the family.
The world is small. Well, I feel like that was a good amount of questions. Thank you all so much for joining us. Oh, best lesson from Grandma Jean.
To finish this off, the best lesson from Grandma Jean is a great question. She taught us manners. Manners.
Mind your manners.
We have great table manners, and it's all thanks to Grandma Jean. I mean, honestly, it's actually, I'm so thankful now. I hated it back when I was younger. You're
scared.
Terrified. But I'm so thankful that I have the table manners that I do today, and it's literally all thanks to Grandma Jean. She was very strict.
but amazing,
But
and
amazing.
the true matriarch of our family, and she guides us even today.
I'm just pouring
She is
myself.
94. So anyways, thank you all so much for joining us tonight. This was super fun. Thanks for bearing with us. I know it was our first time, so we're not professional,
But we'll get better.
livers, but we'll get better because we're hoping to make this a regular thing. So if you want to join next Wine Wednesday, we will be here with a glass in hand, and we'll have something new, and I encourage you to have something as well.
Woo!
Cheers.
Cheers! Make sure you don't delete.